you doing, everybody? Welcome back to another weeknight edition of Poolside Cigar Reviews with Kirk. Tonight I'm coming at you with a Tatuaje Havana 6 Hermosos. It's like a Corona or Corona Gorda. I think it's 5 5/8 by 46, something like that. And I'm pairing that tonight with a dram of Johnnie Walker Gold Label. Now, this got me thinking about value, because I bought a box of 24 Tatuajes, I don't know, 8 or 10 months ago for about $65, $70. And that's less than $3, or right around $3 a stick. And these are fantastic. I love this cigar. For the price thing, it's pretty complex. It's got the notes that I like. It's got leather in it, tiny bit of coffee. It's got like some graham cracker sweetness. Really like this cigar. The Scotch, on the other hand, was like $75 or $80. And, for me, it's nothing spectacular. I've got some $20 bottles of Scotch that I prefer to this one. I think beyond the black label, all the Johnnie Walker stuff is all marketing and packaging. But what I want to know, I kind of want to open up the floor. I want to hear your answer to a couple questions here. Number one, what's the most expensive cigar that you smoked that you felt was worth the money? Or maybe the most expensive cigar you smoked that wasn't worth the money. What's the most you've ever paid for a cigar? And then how about drinks? What would you pay for beer? What would you pay for Scotch? Just let me know. But mostly, I'm curious about the cigars. What's the most you would pay for a cigar? What do you pay generally? I just want to know what your habits are to compare them to mine, because I'm a big-time value hunter. I don't shy away from buying the expensive cigars, but I feel like I get the most satisfaction from finding value. And I know that's, that I guess you could say that's separate from the intrinsic value of a cigar, that, maybe you would say price shouldn't come into the equation, but for me, it totally does. If I can find a great cigar for $3 or $4, I enjoy it that much more because of the value. I come from an accounting and finance background, so maybe that's a handicap. I don't know, but I think it's an asset. So whatever. But yeah, I'd like to hear that, and I'll go ahead and share my story now. The most expensive cigar that I've ever smoked was the Padron 80 year, the 1926 Anniversario 80 year, and I bought that as a celebratory cigar. It was like $32 and change. That's before taxes and all the other sin taxes that they tack on. But I bought that cigar for it was a dual celebration. Number one, it was to celebrate the birth of my daughter about 14 months ago, and also at the time I had just finished the CPA exam, so I had just found out that I passed all the sections and I was good to go, and that was a big deal because that exam was a lot of work. But to get that out of the way, that was good. But so that was the most expensive cigar that I've ever smoked. Was it worth it? It was a cigar that I really wanted to try. I had a good celebratory excuse to throw the money down on it. I wouldn't buy it again. It was a good experience, but if I were to objectively compare it to other cigars, if I were to smoke it blind or something like that, it's no better than some of the other Padrones I've had. I think the 64s that you get for $12 are every bit as good as the 26s that you pay $20 for. That's just my opinion, and certainly, I wouldn't buy the 80th again. I've tried it, I've had it. Good enough for me. So, worth it? I don't know, maybe. At the time, yeah, it was worth it. And as far as the price of cigars that I like to smoke, when I buy from B&Ms, it's always I'm trying new things. I don't in general buy boxes from my B&Ms unless they're on sale. If they're in the 40% off cabinet, or they're running some kind of a special at an event or something like that, then I'll buy a box. But I use the B&M mainly for one, so I can talk to the tobacconist, hang out with the other customers, do that. So I do buy regular cigars, repeats there if I'm gonna be smoking there. I go there at lunchtime sometimes to enjoy a cigar. So I'm not always trying new stuff, but mainly I like to go to the B&M instead just to hang out and smoke and talk. But to try new stuff, to talk to the tobacconist, see what's going on, see what he recommends. I'm always asking, what new stuff did you get in, what new stuff did you get in? Because that way I can figure out what I like. And after I know what I like, then I go online and I look at, CBids. Believe it or not, Thompson has a cigar auction. I do not like Thompson. I'm done buying from Thompson. Although I did get a that was a Cigars International. No, I'm pretty much done buying from Thompson. But Thompson has an auction website. I will buy from that. Now, it's been a while, but check out Thompson's auction website, because if you know what you're looking for, you can get good deals on there. And you might have to look. It might take a while. But check out Thompson's auction website. If you do the legwork, you can get some good deals. I like CBids. I will order from Cigar International when they're running good deals. So, yeah, generally, if I'm buying online, I don't like to pay more than $5 a stick, and I try to keep it more in the 3 to 4 range. And for the most part, I think I do a pretty good job, and I think I'm able to find a lot of cigars and good cigars in that range. If I have something specific I'm looking for, I think I paid $6 or $7 a piece for some Master Blends 3 a while ago. Sometimes I'll pay $5 or $6 if it's something that I really am looking for, or if there's a box of something special that I want, I'll go ahead and pay retail. But in general, that's my experience. And, yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. And then drinks-wise, I'll pay, depending on the scotch, I might pay up to $100 for a bottle of scotch. I generally don't go over that because I think scotch has gotten so expensive in the last few years. When I started drinking scotch, I could get a bottle of Highland Park 12-year for about $32. Last time I was at Total Wine, it was like $48. And now it's getting to the point for me now where the value, I'm not seeing the value there, so I'm thinking about branching out into some other spirits, more bourbons. There's actually there's a kind of a craft distilling movement going on right now in the U.S. It's just barely getting started, but there's a lot of small businesses that are starting to make craft spirits, and you can usually pick those up for anywhere between $30 and $60, and that's a lot cheaper than $100. So we'll be checking those out, and then beers. I do drink a lot of craft beer. I drink a lot of imports. I buy the bomber bottles. I like to pay anywhere between, as cheap as they go, $2, $3 all the way up to, 10 or 12. I generally don't spend much more than that. I think the most I've ever spent on a bottle of beer was 15 or $18. I bought a bottle of Rogue Old Crustacean barley wine, and I aged it for a couple of years when I was in grad school. When I had just started, I bought a bottle of Old Crustacean, and I put it on the shelf, and I said, this will be my graduation drink. This will be my celebration. And, yeah, that's what it was, and that was awesome. That was totally worth it. Maybe just for the celebration, but yeah. So anyway, this video is longer than I wanted it to be, like most of my videos are. So yeah, let me know. I just want to know what your buying habits are. What are the price ranges you look for? Do you look for value, or do you just look for the best cigar you can find? I do know people like that. They want only the best. Price doesn't matter. If it's 2% better but costs twice as much, it doesn't matter. Just give me the best you have. So, I know I'm not like that. I want to get the most bang for my buck. So, anyway, thanks for stopping by and listening to my little rant. Please let me know. I'm really curious about everybody's buying habits. So, not a lot of people talk about that. I think people are afraid of sounding cheap or sounding pretentious, like, I don't want to sound like I have all this money, or I don't know. Just don't worry about that kind of judgment. It's all good here on the Poolside Cigar Views channel. So, take it easy, guys. I do appreciate you stopping by. I definitely recommend this Tatuaje. I do not recommend the Johnny Walker Gold Label. Save your money. Do something else. So, cheers, guys. I appreciate you stopping by. And, spring is springing, so pretty soon it'll be time to put your feet in the pool, get a glass in your hand and a cigar in your mouth. Take care, guys. Have a great week.